Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, catching up on my GACs. So I've got round 2 for you of week 3. And let me give a quick shout out since it's the beginning of the month to my patrons. I'm glad to have you guys and I appreciate all the support. Anyone else that watches the videos and wants to join in on the fun, just check the link down in the corner and see if it suits you. Let's go ahead and get into the battle board. Let me show you guys how this round went. I'll tell you that it did not go well for me, but you'll be able to see that. So I tried a little something different this round. I tried putting GLs in the back, like hiding them, thinking, maybe this guy goes for efficiency and keeps a lot of his GLs and I can trip him up. You can see up top there's Grievous, Shock Clones, First Order, Bounty Hunters. I mean, no GLs up there, so nothing to worry about there. Let me show you guys the bottom. Show you what he's got down there in the bottom. And there's his Darth Revan. And he doesn't have Malik. He's got HK, Gas, and then the Mando squad. So, first off is his Darth Revan. I used Jedi Knight Luke with Shaak Ti and then Hermit Yoda. I actually think it's trickier with HK, because you don't need to use Malik. If your opponent uses this team, look, HK goes and just one-shots Shaak Ti right there. So you don't really need to waste Malik because it works out to be the same. You still end up costing your opponent banners. Other than that, though, I mean, the team does work well. He got a good hit on Luke right there, so I just got to heal him up with Hermit Yoda. But this is a pretty reliable counter for Darth Revan. Not the best banners, but I mean, it gets you through in one shot. So you just got Revan left at the end, and usually counters will kill him, but I was able to get him right there. Only 47 banners, so not great banner-wise, but it is, like I said, a one-shot counter. So this is the match that did it for me here. Like, this, I don't know about y'all's 3v3 season, but with me, I've got Relic 8 gas, and I think he had Relic 7, and it just kicks the ever-loving shit out of me. Like, I'm bringing in my best gas team. I got a sacrifice already. I go, and his gas is just non-stop, just counter, 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 and there's nothing I can do. Every hit is a counter, and look at that. He's already got my whole team down, and I stand back up, waste my big hits on dropping him to the ground. He gets some parting shots in, and it's like, damn, I mean, damn, all that. And so I'm like, well, what do I do? Go after 5s, kill 5s, then Rex gets his big hit off and kills me. So maybe I should have just gone after Rex first anyway. I don't know. And then I had to go waste some good stuff, take in my Darth Revan to try to finish off this gas team. I mean, it's just frustrating because it's like relegate gas, and I know he's got all his maxed out, but gas on defense has been a severe pain this season. That's not the first time I've lost to that, I don't think. So not too happy there. And it's a game where it's like your opponent's an efficiency player because he's got no GLs out front. It means even if he puts one in the back, I mean, he's got a lot of firepower for offense. So he's likely not going to stumble if he's keeping 3 or 4 GLs for offense. Yeah, nothing really to say there. So this is something, though, I'll show you guys. I saw it in an opponent's GAC history when I was checking those. Because I was using Darth Revan against this team right here. Okay, Darth Revan, Bastila, and Malik. And using them to take out Mando. You don't even need that. You can just do Bosk lead with Grief and then Mando there. And then once he gets his contract with the Disintegrate, you can go to work. Like, this team is awesome. So I'm going to start keeping Bounty Hunters for offense, maybe for the last week. If opponents like to set this Beskar Mando with Queel and IG-11, it's really good at taking that team out. You can see I've got pretty good health and protection. I've got Disintegrate up, so we'll go ahead and just Disintegrate Mando. And that way we don't have to worry about Whistling Birds and all the stuff that he does. Doesn't really matter. he's gone. I know I want to try and get around to Queel when I can, because it makes it a little bit easier if I can get him taken out. But pretty much you just cycle around, do some damage, and then wait for another disintegrate to come up. And that's when it gets a whole heck of a lot easier. So you can see I've only got 3 on my cooldowns to wait. So just keep going, keep healing up. You'll get stunned sometimes, you get debuffed, it doesn't matter. Grief can cleanse all that off. I mean, plenty of good stuff, and I'm not in danger of losing the match. So Mando's assist right there, go on Grief. Trying to do enough damage just to take him out, you know, naturally. There we go, disintegrate. IG-11 gone, and now it's just Queel to take care of. So we got the mass assist, got the assist attack there. Easy stuff. Look at that. He's already in the red. I'm healed up. I got 54 banners off that and didn't have to burn anything super good. So I like it. I think that's good. Open up the back to see what he's got in there. Jack shit. Like absolutely freaking nothing. Just new Geos, Mon Mothma, whatever. So as soon as I saw that, I knew I was screwed anyway. You know, you drop 1 in an efficiency match, you're toast. So it really doesn't matter, but I'll show you guys the rest of these battles anyway. Similar stuff here. Treya, Scion, and Sith Empire Trooper against his Geos. No need to waste Nihilus there. Just throw in Empire Trooper as a tank. Figure he can take a punch or two, and that way I could save Nihilus for something else, just in case. End up with 52 there. Doesn't matter. Got C against this team with... Okay, this ain't the first time I've run into this either. It's Kira, Nest, and Dengar. A lot of people have a relic Dengar, it seems, that I come across, and they throw them with Kira and Nest, and it gets to be annoying. Those thermals that he has, that can definitely steal some banners off you, so you gotta look out for that if you guys are playing a relic Dengar. I guess even a Gear 12 one would work, since he goes under stealth anyway, but it's just, he's a lot tankier with relics. I don't have relic, mine's only Gear 12, so I haven't been able to run this team yet, and my Kira's still Gear 12 too. Just haven't had a reason to gear her up to do anything. But you can see it's not really about her. She just gives her lead, and then Nest and Dengar do all the work. But I've got C, so obviously I'm gonna win. I mean, C just disintegrates Nest and Dengar, so there's nothing they can do. Plenty overpowered there. I did get to try this. Someone suggested it in the comments of one of my videos when I was talking about using Han and Chewie and doing like Lando lead. And they said, well, use Boba. Because, man, he'll provide, you know, some extra damage. And he's got a good lead. And he's a good character anyway. It's a shame to waste a good relic character that does heavy damage. And he's got the execute that'll mean they stay dead. So it seemed like a good time to bring him out. You know, he's got decent abilities. Look at that. Just tore right through that Mon Mothma team. So Boba lead with Han and Chewie. That's pretty interesting. And then for Newt, run across this squad a few times, and it's Newt with B2 and then Magna there. And there's a different third. Some people use Droidica, but Newt with B2 can be deadly once he gets going with all the debuffs. If he puts target lock and buff immunity on you, and all that stuff can mess you up with extortion flying around at the same time too. So I found that this team's been pretty reliable. Just Jedi Knight Revan with Bastila, and then I bring in Ezra. Mine's Relic 5, decently modded for damage. He doesn't have the Zeta, but he still hits pretty hard. And I like that he's got the double tap, so it's easy to take down the droid. And I'm trying to go after Newt and get his one death out of the way and wait for him to come out of stealth. Try and get a stun on Magna, but I didn't catch it. I did get buff immunity, so that's, you know, good enough. Now he can't taunt on me. I really just want to take Newt out so I don't have to worry about the extortion. I was able to get Magna out, and look at that. Ezra just finished it. Got my 54 banners. And there's a rhodium. So I'm still on my way. I don't really care about this 3v3 season, but I am still trying to hit Kyber. So if I can hit it, I mean, it's just something fun to do. But I am so tired of 3v3 right now. I think I was tired of it before the season began. Seems like they're giving it to us just too often. And I'd rather be doing some 5v5 and testing out my counters. Okay, this next one, Grievous B1 Droidica. Check this out. It seems like they go straight for Daka here. You guys saw my last video, I was able to pull it out once Daka died. I brought her back and was able to hang on for the win. Right here, I stopped because nobody's near death. There's no way to, catch a break and bring her back. So this is the first time that this team has outright just failed me. Nothing I can do. So that sucked. And then look, I have to end up wasting my Kylo because I don't have anything else that's going to take out Grievous. So waste of a Kylo. I mean, it's them's the breaks sometimes, Have that Night Sister team, it's been putting in work, but dang, it finally caught up to me. I mean, and I guess that's a good way to show you, like, you can't always trust it. It is a counter for a reason, and hopefully it works, but it can just as easily fail if things don't go your way. And so they didn't go my way that time. So that's why I'm ending up wasting a Kylo here when I wanted to save him for something else. But, that's how it goes. So just got to clear this out and move on to the next one. So got B1 down, done with that, 35 banners there. Now I'll move on to his first order with Red Trooper. I've used a couple different counters to this team. And you guys, if you're running into this team, you might want to pay attention because this is one of them. I've used EP Vader and Thrawn, but if you don't have that or don't want to use it, JTR with BB-8 and R2 can work just as well. I'm trying to go after Red Trooper first to get him out of there. You don't want him constantly assisting and doing big hits when other characters die, so you've got to get him out of there. And you've got taunt to deal with from crew, so you do got to watch out for that. You see my team's just taking some punishment till I can finally get over to Rey's wave and remove that taunt. Now I can go after Red Trooper and take him out. Now it's just the Kylos to worry about. So I just got to kind of survive. It sucks that my R2 is stunned because you want to use him to do the stunning on your side and make it so that you don't constantly, get attacked and let Kylo feed turn meter. So I want to try and keep R2 alive. His stuns are pretty crucial. So I don't want him to die here. He's in the yellow. Like I said, it's a little frustrating. Got the smoke screen up. So we'll shield everybody but BB-8. Unfortunately, Kylo's still got the AoE, which will hit regardless. So got to watch out for that. But so far, so good. Long as Red's gone, it's just a matter about control. You want to try an ability block, get days. I'm going after crew now. And once you get that locked healing immunity from Rey's special move, you're good. And there I got Illuminated Destiny, so it helps, all the better. Both of them are stunned right now. That's why this team is pretty good with control. Just making use of stun and ability block and things like that. Try and get crew out of here, then I don't have to worry about being stunned by the enemy. And there we go. Just work on Kylo. Got to watch out for his healing immunity. That can be kind of a mess. But at the same time, you've got the tools to deal with it. If I can land another stun, I can start burning him and all the good stuff. I'm going to heal him up a little bit with all these debuffs. But again, once you put that locked healing immunity on him, that's what's going to get you through. You need that healing immunity. And that's why also the EP team with Vader works, is just because you use shock to accomplish the same thing. So that's what I've been using, one of these two teams. So if you have them, I mean, it seems simple, but JTR will work against these guys, even in 3v3. You just had to be careful of how you play it. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and use my first order, my crew and Fox with Watt against his Shakti clones. And I figured, maybe regular first order would make it. But since I have Watt, I mean, might as well use him here. Then I don't have to worry about it. He's got plenty of healing, and the fact that he's got the techs to be able to give protection back to crew constantly and make Executioner hit that much harder with the weapons tech. I like it. I think it's pretty good, so it's a good use of him here. There's so much healing and good stuff with this team. This has got to be kind of one of my favorite trios in 3v3. Crew with Watt and Fox, because you throw the tank tech on him and he constantly gains that protection back, and he's hard to kill anyway. And then you've got Fox over there hitting through defense and just doing these big heavy hits that will ramp up damage. I mean, this team is great. A lot of times you can win with full banners, protection and health, so 54 banners. So that's what I try to do. If I can keep Watt alive and keep the buffs on for the health over time and the protection up, try and get max banners out of that. But you can see how easily this team falls. Took out the 2 clones. Then I have Shock T, just keep her stunned and reducing her turn meter. Look at that, she's gone. I ended up with 53, so I think that's a pretty decent team. I'm sure a lot of you guys have faced this one. Bosk with Django and Boba. A lot of people had said Bosk-led bounty hunters, and they're pretty tanky and hard to punch through. In threes, you just don't have the supporting cast to do a ton of damage. You got to be careful what you take against them. So I've been taking EP, Vader, and Thrawn, because obviously they're going to do some good damage, and you don't need Watt with Vader. I know we're all getting used to putting Watt with him for like TW or 5v5 GAC or whatever, and he just makes Vader into a killing machine. We don't have that here. What we do have, though, is EP lead lets you, since he's the leader and you get turn meter from the debuffs, lets you open up with Force Crush from Vader, and then he'll immediately be able to take another turn. Then you can go into Merciless, and that way when you try to cull somebody, they're already going to have the dots and the debuffs on him, and then you'll circle back around to your Force Crush a lot quicker anyway. So that's all I'm trying to do, is just take them out one at a time. I got rid of Django. Now I've got Boba and Bosk, and I'm trying to use ability block. And the cool thing with Thrawn is, even though he's got his fracture, okay, that's good. But whenever you ability block with Vader, and then Thrawn just does his basic, that's a stun that they can't resist. So you're stunning the team, and in 3v3, stuns are huge. You definitely want to control the enemy and minimize their damage output. And I'm over here cycling through my turns pretty fast. So I'm just trying to keep it going till I can get to Thrawn's move where I can top up protection, make sure everybody's topped up as best they can be, and then call it good. So there we go, 54 banners there. I was able to max it out, and it seemed pretty easy. So done with that zone. I'll be able to show you what he's gotten back for ships, and then that'll be that. So 2 fails so far on this round on the ground game. Nothing tough for ships. He kept his best ones for offense, so that's fine. I don't really care for ships too much anyway. I'm sure you guys know that about me by now. Get through them. Let me show you guys what I scored here. All right, 66 for the first one. That's Negotiator against his Rebels, and that was pretty easy. Left off a couple reinforcements. So 66 banners there. Try to do as good as I can to make up for this one. The Empire, I'm always seem to get low banners there. I end up getting 56. Usually it's 54, and it's always dicey. But I got 56 that time, so that was the best I could do. I got 26-16, and like I said, that had 2 fails on it on the ground, one of which was utter crap, but that's the way the dice rolls sometimes. And my opponent, he didn't go for a good while, but he did go eventually. Let me show you how the board looked after he got done. And there you go. There's the board when he got done. He got me. So 26-44 for him. Beat me by a bit. But we live and learn and go on to the next round and see what happens then. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.